Well, good morning. Welcome to the video. Hope you guys are well. I am in the Lake District. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Yeah, I don't know either. Well, I do know actually. I've been here for 2 days. This is actually 2 nights. Got here Friday, today's Sunday, and we had when I say we, I've been out with the pubcast boys and Mikey Swales as well, which was very nice to see Mikey. And we've been out to Holme Fell yesterday, and then we went round Hodge Close in the afternoon. And yeah, it's been really good. So today, this morning, everyone's dispersed except for Mr. Overland behind me, if you can see him struggling with the gate. Cheers, mate. And we're just taking a wander down the banks of Coniston to find a little woodland. Now, the weather yesterday, what I'll do is I'll talk to you a little bit about yesterday. The weather yesterday was fantastic, and I didn't do a little bit of B-roll. I didn't do any talking to camera because I kind of really wanted just to catch up with everyone and focus a little bit on the photography. So I'll show you a little bit of B-roll, overlay that while I'm talking to you now, and you can have a look at some of the images I got. So Holme Fell was excellent. The conditions were really good. I got a few shots, mainly on the 150 to 600 actually, and I'll just probably spin through a few of them while I'm talking to you now. And then we went down into Hodge Close, and there was a little area of birches and slate, and I think that was a really nice place as well. Got some nice shots from there. And then in the evening we wandered around. Cheers, mate. We wandered around. Yeah, I know, he's great. Look, I just get all the gates open for me. I'm not really talking to you, really. It's not even recording. I'm literally just using it. Yeah, exactly.
You bring the mist, I'll do the gate.
All right, sounds fair. Yeah, I forgot what I was saying now. So yeah, and in the evening we took a wander down the banks of Coniston here, and there's a little bit of mist, so I managed to get some shots which were quite nice there as well. So anyway, it's murky today. It's very claggy. There's not a lot of anything going on, but that's perfect for woodland. So let's take a wander into the woodland and see what we can find. Okay, so this is Torver Common, which is basically a little wooded area on the banks of Coniston Water, and this is where we've decided to come and try and find some photos. Now it's incredibly dark because there's literally no sun at all. It's just total cloud, and obviously we've got the cover, the canopy of the trees, which is making it even darker. But the good thing is there's hardly a breath of wind, which means that you're not going to get much movement in the foliage, which means that you can shoot longer exposures and not worry about it. So I'm looking around here. I really like the thing that's sort of drawn me into this part of the wood is you've got a lot of these really mossy boulders and rocks, and you know, sort of quite a lot of moss and lichen on the trees. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and find a composition first off around here. I'm going to look for areas where there's some light through the back that I can use to sort of draw you through the image, and yeah, we'll just we'll see where we go. Okay, so I've got my first shot here, and basically I've got this really interesting sort of, it looks like a series, a trunk with a series of really large sort of sub trunks coming off it, where, you know, the tree probably split very low down, and instead of cutting it off at the base, they've cut it off each one of these like little individual trunks off. So you've got like a really nice sort of interesting mossy covered structure here at the bottom, and then that leads on to a tree, another tree, lots of trees, believe it or not, and then through the back there's a little bit of light because the canopy opens up and it's just lighting the back up, and there isn't a lot of light anywhere here, so you try and use what you can, and I'm hoping that your eye will be sort of led through the image into the light. That's the idea of it. Now realistically, or really, I should be shooting this, the crop that I want for this is about 30, 35, 40 millimeters. That's the focal length that would make the shot sort of in camera perfect. But the thing is, I don't like, when I'm shooting in portrait mode, I really don't like it if you don't crop a little bit from the top or a little bit from the bottom and give you a bit more sort of 4x5 or a square crop. I find it too much of a thin strip. I don't like that effect. So basically I'm shooting it out of 24mm, and that gives me a little bit on the sides and a little bit on the top and a little bit on the bottom, so I can pull the top and the bottom in to make it a bit more of a crop that I like, if you like. So I mean, there's very little light here. I'm shooting at 0.4 of a second, but the good thing is there's absolutely no wind, so nothing's moving, you know, so there's no issue with that. But yeah, is it the best of images? I don't know. It might be. We might be able to make something with it in post, but you know, it's a good start. And you know, as I said before, you know, sometimes you just need to get your eye in to get yourself going. So as you can see, I've come out of the murk of the woodland and I'm on the banks of Coniston because, well, quite frankly, I just needed some bloody light. But anyway, it's quite nice. It is claggy, but it's quite a lot of nice atmosphere. So what I'm doing actually is I got a feeling that's Jamie down the end there. I think he stood on a little outcrop looking down towards me, so I'm probably in his shot, sorry mate. But he's got his umbrella up, and I think it makes for quite a actually a really graphic image of Jamie stood there, or whoever that is stood there with an umbrella, and they're silhouetted against these mountains, the layers of the fells that are just coming down in the mist. And I think that's going to make for like a really nice shot. So I've got a banker back there in case he disappeared. See, look, he's packing up now. I've got a banker in case he disappeared, and I've come a bit closer, and I've actually taken a long exposure as well, because I don't think there's going to be too much movement going on there with him. I think he's fine, sort of stood right back there. So I put the 6 stop on, and I'm taking I think it's a 20-second exposure, which should flatten the water out a bit. But I actually think that's going to be quite good. I mean, basically the image is sort of a landscape orientation image with a very small figure, stood on the far right hand side, and then these mountains just disappearing off, or the fells disappearing off into the mist on the left hand side. And I think that's really quite strong. I really do think that's quite a strong image. It's very minimalist, but you know, this is a day for it, isn't it? This is a day for doing different things as the rain comes in. Actually, let's just get another shot, and then I might retreat to some the solitude of Jesus. That is coming in now. It's going to be all over my lens. Yeah. Okay. And that's why Jamie's a sensible one, because he's got an umbrella. Little rain shower there, just got everything wet. I think I might retreat under a tree for a minute just to see if it clears up, and then, well, I'll tell you what, while I'm doing that, why don't you have a look at the image? Well, the rain shower's passed, but I think that's enough photography for today. So before I go, let's share a few with you that I took last night. I was down here last night with Dave and Jamie, and the mist started rolling in a little bit off the fields and across onto Coniston, and I got some shots there. Met a couple of very nice ladies actually. Hello to you. I don't know if you joined the channel, subscribed, or if you're watching. I didn't catch your name, so I do apologise, but I hope you're enjoying the content if you're watching. Anyway, I'll leave you with the shots from last night, and I want to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic whatever it is until next time I see you, and until then, goodbye.